myself Basama, and our teammates are Apurva, Bhumika, and Kusuma. And our topic is web-based visualizations for structure representation on C program. And our contents are introduction, problem statement, tokens or lexical analysis, abstract syntax tree, and control flow graph, data flow graph, connection to automata theory, output screenshots, and conclusion. And I am handling introduction. The introduction explains how a C program is handled internally by the computer. Even though a C program looks like simple text to humans, a computer does not understand it directly. Before execution, the program is analyzed and converted into structure forms. These forms help in understanding structure, how the program is organized, control flow, order in which statement execute, data flow, how data moves between variables. This structure from are used by compilers, AI tools like ChatGPT, Gemini. Our project idea is building a web-based visualizer that generates tokens, AST, it means abstract syntax tree, control flow graph, data flow graph, and property graph. The visualizer how a C program work internally. The problem statement is this section explains why the project is needed. When we look at C code, it is hard to understand internal working. We cannot easily see how the program flows and variables interacts. Compilers and AI system already use internal representations like abstract syntax tree, data flow graph, code property graph. Build a web-based tool that takes a C program as input, generates visual representations, tokens as abstract syntax tree, and control flow graph, data flow graph. It understands the compiler design concept, learning program behavior easily. And next will be continued by Bhumika.
Explain the token analysis. Token lexical analysis, which has the first phase of or compiler and such as the source code of break into a small manipulation is called token. Token helps to compile of token has if else int and return identification such as variables like name a b and c, operations such as additional, subtraction, multiplication, greater than equal, continuous such as number like 5 and 10, delimited such as parenthesis, bracket, square bracket, semicolons. Lexical analysis is important because it converts a raw, raw source code into taken that all be processing that later store the compilation. Next slide. Abstract free syntax free AST. This side we tree like representation of the program shown in a logical structure. If remove the unnecessary symbols and focus on a relationship between uh, uh, statements and expression in our C programming. The root node is representing the entire program, its level containing the main function. Below we have verified the declaration and if and arithmetical operations such as printf statements. Continuously, A is greater than B created two branches. One branch explain C is equal to A plus B. That other branch explain C is equal to A minus B. And AST help to understand the different part of program or content. It have widely used for the compiler, code analysis tools, and AI-based programming abstraction. The lexical analysis is identify and token, and AST organization is a management program structure. Next will be continued by Apurva.
Good afternoon to one and all. I am Apurva. Control flow graph. CFG stand for control flow graph. A control flow graph shows the order in which statements of a program are executed. It represents all possible paths the program can take during execution. It shows the flow control in a program. Each node represents a statement or a block of statement. Arrow shows the execution path, helps in debugging, testing, and program analysis, used by compilers for the optimization. Example, like start program, initialize variables like A, B, and C. Check condition A less than B. If true, execute C is equals to A plus B. If false, execute C is equals to A minus B. Print the value of C and end the program. Next is data flow graph. A data flow graph shows how data moves between variables and operations in a program. Focuses on data movements, not execution order, shows how variables depend on each other, helps to identify variables dependencies, and also useful for optimization and understanding calculations. Shows where data is created, modified, and used. Example, A is equals to 5 and B is equals to 10. Values of A and B are used in calculations. Results is stored in C. Value of C is sent to printf of function and output is displayed. Like the flow is A, B, and it flows to the calculation plot plus or equals, plus or minus, and goes to C, which is displayed using printf of function. Next is code property graph. A code property graph combines AST, CFG, and DFG into a single graph to provide a complete view of the program. Like combines the structure and control flow and data flow, gives a complete representation of the code used in advanced software analysis and security tools, helps to detect bugs and vulnerabilities, provides deeper understanding of program behavior. Example, shows variable declarations like A, B, and C, shows condition A less than or equal to B, shows arithmetic operations like plus or minus, shows output statements like printf of function, shows both control and data relationships together. Like quick comparisons, we can say that CFG shows the execution path, whereas it focuses on the control flow, while DFG shows the movement of a data and focuses on the data dependencies, and CPG combines CFG, DFG plus ASG, and which focuses on complete program analysis. And next part will be continued by Kusuma.
I am explain about output of our project uh, program input and lexical analysis. First will be explained. After clicking the analyze programming, the system performs lexical analysis. During this stage, the source code is divided into smaller and units called tokens. The generated tokens are classified into categories such as keywords, identifiers, operators, constants, and separators. This program represented the first phase of the compiler, helps to understanding the system of this program. The abstract syntax tree, the represented hierarchical structure of this program. Each node corresponds to each node corresponds to program elements such as declaration, assessments, expressions, and written statements. The AST removes unnecessarily symbols and focus only logical structure. This representation helps to understand how the compiler interprets the source code internally. Next, control flow graph. The control flow graph, it shows the sequence in which statements are executed. Nodes represented programs, blocks, and arrows indicated the flow of execution. And conditional statements such as if else create the branches of the graph. CFG useful for program optimization, execution analysis, detecting reachable code, understanding decision making paths. Data flow graph. The data the data flow graph illustrates how to move through the program. It shows the dependencies between variable and operations. It tracks the variable are created, modified, and used, and it connections between nodes and indicates how to value affects another. DFG is important for dependency analysis, parallel execution, program optimization, understanding variable relationship. Next, code property graph. Code property graph, it combines information from AST, CFG, and DFG into the single graph. They provide the complete view of both programs, structure, and execution behavior. This representation is widely used in modern software analysis and AI-based coding tools. CF, CPG helps in bug detection, security analysis, voluntary identification, and advanced code understanding. And next, conclusion. This project is successfully demonstrate the transformation of C programming into different structural representation such as tokens, abstract syntax tree, control flow graph, and data flow graph, and code property graph. This representation provides a clear understanding of the program syntax, execution flow, and data dependencies. The development web-based visualization offer interactive and effective approach for learning theory and program analysis. It also reflects the techniques used to modern AI clouding assistants to understand and analyze source. Overall, the project serves the valuable education tool and the student enhanced code comparison and visualization and analysis. Thank you.